Welcome to our exploration of the history of pharmacology, the science of drugs and their effects on living systems. Pharmacology has shaped the course of medicine, transforming how we treat diseases and understand the human body. In this video, we'll journey through time, tracing the roots of pharmacology from ancient herbal remedies to the sophisticated science it is today. Let's begin by setting the stage for how early humans first interacted with the natural world, seeking cures and relief from ailments through plants, minerals, and animal products. This foundational curiosity laid the groundwork for centuries of discovery. Long before the advent of modern science, ancient civilizations relied on the natural world for healing. Early humans observed the effects of various plants and herbs, gradually building a body of knowledge about which substances could alleviate pain or cure illness. In places like Egypt, China, and India, herbal medicine became an integral part of culture and tradition. These societies documented their findings in texts and passed them down through generations, forming the earliest pharmacopoeia. The use of willow bark for pain relief, for example, foreshadowed the development of aspirin centuries later. Ancient Egyptians and Mesopotamians were pioneers in documenting medicinal knowledge. Papyrus scrolls and clay tablets reveal detailed recipes for treating a wide range of ailments, from wounds to digestive issues. These civilizations combined empirical observation with spiritual beliefs, often invoking deities in their healing rituals. Pharmacology was closely tied to religious and magical practices, but the systematic recording of remedies marked a significant step forward. Their legacy can be seen in the meticulous approach to drug preparation and dosage that continues to influence medicine today. China, the development of pharmacology took a unique path. Traditional Chinese medicine (TCM) is rooted in the concept of balance within the body, emphasizing harmony between opposing forces. Ancient texts like the Shenongben Caojiang cataloged hundreds of medicinal plants and their uses. TCM practitioners developed complex herbal formulas, acupuncture, and other therapies, many of which are still in use today. The holistic approach of TCM influenced not only Eastern medicine but also inspired Western researchers to investigate plant-based remedies. Ayurveda, the traditional system of medicine in India, dates back thousands of years. Its name means science of life, and it emphasizes the interconnectedness of body, mind, and spirit. Ayurvedic texts like the Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita describe detailed methods for preparing and administering herbal medicines, minerals, and animal products. The principles of Ayurveda, such as balancing bodily humors, have guided generations of healers. Today, many Ayurvedic remedies are being studied for their pharmacological properties, bridging ancient wisdom and modern science. Greeks and Romans made significant advances in pharmacology, blending empirical observation with philosophical inquiry. Figures like Hippocrates and Galen emphasized rational approaches to medicine, moving away from superstition. Hippocrates advocated for careful observation and documentation, while Galen's extensive writings on drug preparation and classification laid the foundation for Western pharmacology. The Roman Empire's vast reach facilitated the exchange of medicinal knowledge across cultures, enriching the pharmacological tradition. During the Middle Ages, much of Europe's medical knowledge was preserved and expanded by Islamic scholars. Centers of learning in Baghdad and Cordoba became hubs for translating and building upon Greek and Roman texts. Scholars like Avicenna and Al-Razi wrote influential works, such as the Canon of Medicine, which integrated pharmacological knowledge from various cultures. Their systematic approach to experimentation and documentation helped shape the scientific method and set the stage for future discoveries. Alchemy, practiced throughout the Middle Ages and Renaissance, was a blend of mysticism and early chemistry. Alchemists sought to transform substances and discover the elixir of life, leading to experiments that advanced the understanding of chemical processes. While many alchemical pursuits were misguided, their work with distillation, extraction, and purification laid the groundwork for modern pharmaceutical chemistry. The transition from alchemy to scientific chemistry marked a turning point in pharmacology's evolution. Renaissance sparked a renewed interest in science and observation. Advances in anatomy, botany, and chemistry fueled a more systematic approach to pharmacology. Physicians and scientists began to question traditional authorities and conduct their own experiments. The invention of the printing press allowed for the widespread dissemination of medical texts, accelerating the exchange of ideas. This era laid the foundation for the scientific revolution, where empirical evidence became the cornerstone of medical progress. 19th century saw the emergence of pharmacology as a distinct scientific discipline. Researchers began isolating active compounds from plants, such as morphine from opium and quinine from cinchona bark. These breakthroughs allowed for precise dosing and a better understanding of drug mechanisms. The establishment of pharmacology departments in universities marked the professionalization of the field. Scientists like Rudolf Buchheim and Oswald Schmiedeberg are credited with founding modern pharmacology, emphasizing experimentation and rigorous methodology. Isolation of morphine and quinine in the early 1800s revolutionized medicine. Morphine, derived from opium, became the first alkaloid to be extracted in pure form, providing powerful pain relief. Quinine, obtained from cinchona bark, was a breakthrough in treating malaria. These discoveries demonstrated the potential of isolating active ingredients from natural sources, paving the way for the development of new drugs and the birth of pharmaceutical chemistry. The success of morphine and quinine, scientists turned their attention to synthesizing and modifying chemical compounds. Pharmaceutical chemistry emerged as a field focused on creating new drugs and improving existing ones. The development of synthetic dyes such as aniline led to the discovery of new therapeutic agents. researchers began to understand the relationship between chemical structure and biological activity, setting the stage for rational drug design. Late 18th and 19th centuries witnessed the development of vaccines, a major milestone in pharmacology. Edward Jenner's smallpox vaccine demonstrated that exposure to a weakened form of a disease could confer immunity. Louis Pasteur expanded on this concept, developing vaccines for rabies and anthrax. Vaccination transformed public health, drastically reducing the incidence of deadly diseases and highlighting the power of preventive medicine. Acceptance of the germ theory in the late 19th century revolutionized pharmacology and medicine. Scientists like Louis Pasteur and Robert Koch demonstrated that microorganisms cause many diseases, shifting the focus from treating symptoms to targeting pathogens. This new understanding led to the development of antiseptics, disinfectants, and eventually antibiotics. The germ theory provided a scientific basis for drug development and transformed public health practices worldwide. Discovery of antibiotics in the 20th century marked a turning point in pharmacology. Alexander Fleming's identification of penicillin in 1928 provided a powerful weapon against bacterial infections. Subsequent research led to the development of a wide range of antibiotics, saving countless lives and transforming medical practice. The era of antibiotics underscored the importance of ongoing research and vigilance against emerging drug resistance. For antibiotics, sulfa drugs were among the first effective treatments for bacterial infections. Discovered in the 1930s, these synthetic compounds inhibited bacterial growth and were widely used during World War II. Sulfa drugs paved the way for the antibiotic era and demonstrated the potential of synthetic chemistry in drug development. Their success inspired further research into new classes of antimicrobial agents. The 20th century saw the rise of the pharmaceutical industry, transforming pharmacology from a laboratory science to a global enterprise. Companies began mass-producing drugs, ensuring consistent quality and availability. Regulatory agencies were established to oversee drug safety and efficacy. The pharmaceutical industry played a crucial role in developing new therapies, conducting clinical trials, and bringing life-saving medicines to market. As new drugs entered the market, concerns about safety and efficacy grew. Regulatory bodies like the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, were established to evaluate and approve medications. Rigorous testing protocols, including preclinical studies and clinical trials, became standard practice. These measures ensured that drugs were both safe and effective, protecting public health and fostering trust in modern medicine. Mid-20th century is often called the golden age of drug discovery. Advances in chemistry, biology, and technology led to the development of a wide range of new medications, including antihistamines, corticosteroids, and psychiatric drugs. Researchers discovered new classes of antibiotics and treatments for chronic diseases. This era was characterized by rapid innovation and optimism about the potential of science to conquer illness. The field of psychopharmacology emerged in the 1950s with the discovery of drugs that could alter mood, perception, and behavior. Medications like chlorpromazine and lithium revolutionized the treatment of mental illness, offering hope to millions. Psychopharmacology bridged the gap between neuroscience and pharmacology, leading to a deeper understanding of brain chemistry and the development of new therapies for psychiatric disorders. Development of chemotherapy transformed cancer treatment in the 20th century. Early chemotherapeutic agents such as nitrogen mustards and methotrexate targeted rapidly dividing cells. Over time, researchers developed more selective drugs with fewer side effects. Advances in molecular biology and genetics have led to targeted therapies, offering new hope for patients and changing the landscape of oncology. Biotechnology has revolutionized pharmacology by enabling the development of biologic drugs, such as monoclonal antibodies and recombinant proteins. These therapies are designed to target specific molecules involved in disease processes. Biotechnology has expanded treatment options for conditions like cancer, autoimmune disorders, and genetic diseases. The integration of molecular biology and pharmacology continues to drive innovation in drug development. Mapping of the human genome has opened new frontiers in pharmacology. Personalized medicine tailors drug therapies to an individual's genetic makeup, improving efficacy and reducing side effects. Pharmacogenomics studies how genetic variations affect drug response, leading to more precise and effective treatments. This approach represents a shift from one-size-fits-all medicine to individualized care. Modern pharmacology leverages digital technology and big data to accelerate drug discovery. Computer modeling, artificial intelligence, and high-throughput screening allow researchers to identify promising compounds more efficiently. These tools enable the analysis of vast datasets, predicting drug interactions and optimizing clinical trial design. The digital age is transforming how new medicines are discovered and developed. Clinical trials are the backbone of modern pharmacology, providing rigorous evidence for the safety and effectiveness of new drugs. Randomized controlled trials, meta-analyses, and systematic reviews ensure that medical decisions are based on solid data. Evidence-based medicine integrates clinical expertise with the best available research, guiding treatment choices, and improving patient outcomes. Pharmacovigilance is the science of monitoring, assessing, and preventing adverse drug reactions. As new medications are introduced, ongoing surveillance ensures that rare or long-term side effects are detected and managed. Regulatory agencies collect and analyze data from healthcare providers and patients, issuing warnings or recalls when necessary. Pharmacovigilance is essential for maintaining public trust and protecting patient safety. Pharmacokinetics is the study of how drugs are absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted by the body. Understanding these processes helps determine the optimal dosage and timing of medications. Pharmacokinetics informs drug development, ensuring that therapies reach their target tissues at effective concentrations. This field is crucial for maximizing therapeutic benefits while minimizing side effects. Pharmacodynamics explores how drugs interact with biological targets, such as receptors and enzymes, to produce their effects. This field examines the relationship between drug concentration and response, helping to predict therapeutic and toxic effects. Pharmacodynamics is essential for understanding drug mechanisms and optimizing treatment regimens. Together with pharmacokinetics, it forms the foundation of rational drug therapy. The way a drug is formulated and delivered can greatly impact its effectiveness. Advances in pharmaceutical technology have led to new delivery systems, such as controlled-release tablets, transdermal patches, and inhalers. These innovations improve patient compliance and ensure that medications are absorbed at the right rate and location. Drug formulation is a key aspect of modern pharmacology, bridging the gap between laboratory science and patient care. Over-the-counter (OTC) medications are drugs available without a prescription, providing convenient access to treatments for common ailments. The regulation and approval of OTC drugs ensure their safety and effectiveness for self-care. Pharmacology plays a vital role in determining appropriate dosages, labeling, and warnings. OTC medications empower individuals to manage their health while maintaining safeguards against misuse. Widespread use of opioid painkillers has led to a public health crisis in many countries. While opioids are effective for pain management, their potential for addiction and overdose has raised serious concerns. Pharmacologists and policymakers are working to develop safer alternatives and improve prescribing practices. The opioid crisis highlights the importance of balancing therapeutic benefits with the risks of misuse and dependence. Vaccines remain one of the most effective tools in preventing infectious diseases. Modern vaccines are developed using advanced techniques, such as recombinant DNA technology and mRNA platforms. The rapid development of COVID-19 vaccines demonstrated the power of global collaboration and scientific innovation. Ongoing research aims to create vaccines for diseases like HIV and cancer, expanding the impact of immunization. Emergence of viral diseases like HIV, hepatitis, and influenza has driven the development of antiviral drugs. These medications target specific stages of the viral life cycle, inhibiting replication and reducing disease severity. Antiviral research is challenging due to the rapid mutation of viruses, but advances in molecular biology have led to more effective therapies. The fight against viral diseases continues to be a major focus of pharmacological research. Biologics are complex drugs derived from living organisms, including proteins, antibodies, and cell-based therapies. These treatments have revolutionized the management of diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, and diabetes. Biologics offer targeted action with fewer side effects compared to traditional drugs. Their development requires advanced biotechnology and rigorous quality control, reflecting the cutting edge of modern pharmacology. Gene therapy represents a new frontier in pharmacology, offering the potential to treat genetic disorders at their source. By introducing, removing, or altering genetic material within a patient's cells, gene therapy can correct underlying defects. Recent breakthroughs have led to approved treatments for conditions like spinal muscular atrophy and certain types of blindness. Ongoing research aims to expand gene therapy to more diseases, promising a future of personalized medicine. Ethical considerations are central to pharmacology, guiding research, development, and clinical use of drugs. Issues such as informed consent, access to medications, and the use of placebos in trials require careful deliberation. Regulatory frameworks and ethical guidelines ensure that patient welfare remains the top priority. As pharmacology advances, ongoing dialogue about ethics is essential to maintain public trust and uphold scientific integrity. Access to essential medicines is a major global health challenge. Pharmacology plays a crucial role in developing affordable treatments for diseases that disproportionately affect low and middle-income countries. International organizations and partnerships work to improve drug distribution, affordability, and education. Ensuring equitable access to medicines is vital for achieving global health goals and reducing health disparities. As populations age, the demand for medications to manage chronic diseases and age-related conditions increases. Pharmacology addresses the unique needs of older adults, such as altered drug metabolism and increased risk of interactions. Research focuses on developing safer, more effective therapies for conditions like Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, and cardiovascular disease. The aging population presents both challenges and opportunities for pharmacological innovation. Children are not simply small adults. Their bodies process drugs differently, requiring specialized research and dosing. Pediatric pharmacology ensures that medications are safe and effective for young patients. Clinical trials and regulatory guidelines are tailored to address the unique needs of children, from infants to adolescents. Advances in pediatric pharmacology have improved outcomes for many childhood diseases. Rare diseases, also known as orphan diseases, affect small patient populations but present significant challenges for drug development. Pharmacology has made strides in creating orphan drugs, often with the support of special incentives and regulatory pathways. These efforts have brought hope to patients with conditions that previously had no treatment options, highlighting the importance of innovation and advocacy. Pharmacists are essential members of the healthcare team, ensuring that patients receive the right medications and understand how to use them safely. Their expertise in drug interactions, dosing, and patient counseling bridges the gap between pharmacological science and everyday healthcare. Pharmacists play a vital role in promoting medication adherence and preventing errors, contributing to better health outcomes. Education and research are the backbone of progress in pharmacology. Universities and research institutions train the next generation of scientists, clinicians, and pharmacists. Ongoing research explores new drug targets, mechanisms of action, and therapeutic strategies. Collaboration between academia, industry, and government accelerates innovation and ensures that pharmacology continues to evolve. The future of pharmacology is bright, with advances in genomics, biotechnology, and digital health poised to transform medicine. Researchers are exploring new frontiers such as nanomedicine, regenerative therapies, and artificial intelligence-driven drug discovery. The integration of diverse scientific disciplines promises to yield more effective, personalized, and accessible treatments for patients worldwide. Despite remarkable progress, pharmacology faces ongoing challenges including drug resistance, high development costs, and disparities in access. Addressing these issues requires collaboration, innovation, and a commitment to ethical practice. Opportunities abound for improving global health, advancing scientific knowledge, and developing new therapies that address unmet medical needs. The journey of pharmacology is far from over. As we conclude our journey through the history of pharmacology, it's clear that this field has profoundly shaped human health and society. From ancient herbal remedies to cutting gene therapies, pharmacology continues to evolve, driven by curiosity, innovation, and a desire to improve lives. The legacy of pharmacology is one of discovery, collaboration, and hope for a healthier future. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of medicine's remarkable past and promising future.